Good morning and welcome to Annie Burnside Elementary School. We're so glad that all of you can have shown up here to support Burnside. This is our happy place, as one said, and our beehive is welcoming to everyone. So we're so glad that you are here. We're now going to open up with our Pledge of Allegiance with one of our scholar 5th grade students, Miss Elizabeth Barnett.
Please stand to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated.
Well, good morning, Burnside Bees. How are we this morning? It is so good to be with you today as we make this important announcement for the future of our state, and as we celebrate all the hard work of our educators and our students, the incredible things that are happening at schools just like Burnside all over South Carolina. Principal Campbell, Dr. Walker, thank you so much for hosting us today. We are so delighted to be here, and to members of the Richland One board, it is truly an honor for us to be here to celebrate the greatness that is happening in our local schools here. I know I take a great interest in Richland One as a constituent of Richland One, not just as your superintendent of education. And so it's a joy to be able to be here today to celebrate the amazing progress that is happening here at Annie Burnside. As we think about the release of our state report cards, which is what we're here to talk about today, I think about two important words. The first word is accountability. And that's really what these report cards are all about, is holding ourselves as adults accountable for the promise and the potential that we see in every single one of the students who crosses the door of a South Carolina school every single morning. But I believe the word accountability doesn't go far enough, because really accountability is about responsibility. It's the responsibility that we owe not only to those children, but to each other, to members of the community, to our parents, to our industry, to our civil society, and certainly to every single one of these incredible boys and girls, 4th and 5th graders here from Annie Burnside who have joined us today. And so that's what we're here to talk about. And you may ask, well, why do we have school report cards in South Carolina? It's because we want to, first of all, celebrate success. When good things are happening in education, we want to tell that story. And in telling that story, though, we also acknowledge that there are always opportunities for growth. And that's how I choose to live my life, is looking for continuous quality improvement. What can I do a little bit better every single day to deliver better outcomes, to do a better job to what I have been called to do? And I know that that's the approach that you take here at Annie Burnside every single day. And we're so grateful for that growth mindset that you all feature here in your educators and on behalf of your students. So we have a lot of really great news to celebrate today related to South Carolina school report cards. And it's an across-the-board celebration when you look at every single level, elementary, middle school, and high school. So more than a quarter of our elementary schools improved their overall rating from 24 to 25. That's great news. On the middle school side, nearly 1 in 3 of our middle schools improved their overall ratings from 24 to 25, and the percentage of middle schoolers earning good or better for the student progress indicator, that's how much a student grows in a year, has increased from 22% in 2024 to 40% in 2025. That's huge. Our on-time graduation rate in South Carolina this year is 86.7%. That is a 10-year high. But the percentage of high schools earning good or better on the college and career ready indicator increased from 63% to 75% in 2025. And the reason that matters is because that is closing the gap between our graduation rate and our college and career ready rate. Because at the end of the day, we want our students, when they leave a South Carolina high school, to know that that diploma that they carry is a diploma of value. That this is a diploma that is going to ensure that they are ready to go on to whatever post-secondary success looks like for them, whether that is college, whether that is going directly into a career in industry, or whether that's choosing the path that my brother chose, which is going into the military. They are all honorable pathways worthy of elevation and celebration, and that's our goal in South Carolina, is to ensure that that diploma is worthy of the graduate who carries it. And you may say, well, okay, this is great news, but how does this happen? And what I'm here to tell you is that it is not an accident. It is hard work. I love to tell our students, boys and girls, we have 2 state mottos here in South Carolina. The first one is, while I breathe, I hope. And hope is not wishful thinking like, oh, I hope I get ice cream after school, or I hope I don't have to take that test tomorrow. Hope is a confident expectation that the future can be better than the past or the present. But hope knows that it can't just sit around waiting for something to happen, that it actually has to roll up its sleeves and get to work. And that's our second state motto, prepared in mind and resources. And that's the hard work that's happening here at Annie Burnside and at schools all across South Carolina every single day. So young men and young women, I want you to remember today our 2 state mottos that form South Carolina's DNA, and there's one simple phrase: hope propels hard work. And that hard work is what's happening in these classrooms every single day. And it starts with 2 words, clarity and alignment. We have to be very, very clear about what we're doing and why we're doing it. And then we have to align resources to support that learning in the classroom. And I was so humbled and honored the other day to have a 28-year educator in South Carolina pull me aside and say, I have never felt the level of aligned support from my Department of Education as I have felt over the last few years with the rollout of the new ELA standards and the rollout of the new math standards. We are creating high expectations for our teachers, but we are pairing that with high support, giving them the professional development they need, investing in high quality instructional materials, supporting the implementation of those materials with high quality state level coaching, and teaching our educators how to use all of that data that we're generating to actually diagnose and support each individual student where they are, because I know that that is the heart of every single teacher in South Carolina, is to meet their students where they are and to get them to where they know they need to be. And so that's what we're here to celebrate today. And that hard work of the State Department wouldn't be anything without the incredible work of our teachers in the classroom every single day. And so that's what we're really here to celebrate, to platform, to elevate today, is the incredible dedication of our educators across the state of South Carolina who are making this continued growth in our report cards possible. And I want to just close before I turn it over to our partners at the Education Oversight Committee, Ms. April Allen, their chair, by saying that we have more work to do. We're never going to be satisfied with good enough, because there's always more that we can do to create a brighter future for our state and for the students who will call that state home. So I just want to say thank you again from the bottom of my heart for you all taking time to be here today. Thank you for the individual role that each of you play in the education ecosystem here at Annie Burnside and for Richland One and for our entire state of South Carolina. So with that, April, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you. Thank you very much.
So good morning. As Good morning. I'm April Allen. I am the chair of the Education Oversight Committee. And for those of you who don't know, the Education Oversight Committee was charged by the legislature with carrying out South Carolina's education accountability system, which sets the guidelines for improving K4 through 12 education. We're made up of legislators and of educators and of business people like myself. And so we're looking at where our students are, what are going to be the needs of the future. I'm excited to be here today with you here at Annie Burnside to celebrate the report card. I was just thinking this is the most exciting report card that I've gotten to co-announce with you, so I'm really excited today to be here. The first line of Burnside's school motto reads, "There is nothing that I can't do. I believe in me. I believe in you." With that mindset, Burnside Elementary students have achieved a 19-point increase in one school year. Taking their school from an average overall report card rating to a rating of excellent. And so, yeah. Absolutely worth dual applause, right? In addition to this accomplishment, over half of the Burnside students saw significant academic growth in English, language arts, and math. The 35% of the students achieved their value-added targets. But you ask, what is a value-added target, right? Those are those individual growth targets that have been designed to help move students forward. So we're not just looking at a moment in time. We're also trying to chart, is this student on the pathway that's going to help them have equal success or better success next year, right? So not just in that moment when we're taking the test. These are difficult targets, but students at Burnside are clearly ready to take on these challenges. Congratulations to all of you guys, and I know there's 2 classes in here represented. Superintendent Weaver and I were talking to them, and no offense, we are here to celebrate our teachers and our leaders here, but we're also here to separate those guys back and gals back there who will hope you'll share this good news with the rest of your students and with your siblings. And yes, you can wave at me, I'll wave back. So congratulations to all of you. The South Carolina school report cards are designed to show how well schools prepare students to achieve world-class knowledge and world-class skills. They're designed to show how well schools are preparing students for successful lives and for economic mobility. The annual report card release allows us to see how the preparation is paying off to celebrate school achievement and to see where we can improve. And Superintendent Weaver talked about this. There's always room for improvement, right? So I work in manufacturing when we always talk about getting our skills better, doing it better. Okay, we're great, but how do we get even greater, right? And that's what we want for everybody in this room and everybody in this school. South Carolina continues to see steady gains in academic achievement and English language arts, with 60% of third to eighth graders at school level. High schools also saw an increase with 68.5% of students on grade level for English. We celebrate these gains. And again, I think this is the most exciting report card I've gotten to be part of. However, here we go. Math is still an area where many students need extra support. Only 44% of our third through eighth graders are on grade level. The good news is that as part of that, continuing to get better, we've also, at the department, they're continuing to get better, and they have created the Palmetto Math Project, which is helping to provide extra support through 5th through 8th graders who need to improve their math skills. We're hopeful, not just wishing, but we're hopeful in the way that the superintendent described, that these focused efforts in the earlier grades will lay the groundwork for stronger results as student progress throughout high school. High school math scores are improving, with a 51.6% of students meeting grade level expectations, and the high school's on-time graduation rate, again, remains strong at 86.7%. More great news. But we also acknowledge the need for an increase in students who are college and career ready and who are sufficiently prepared for life after high school, whether that be going to work, going in the military, or going to a 2 or a 4-year institution. We want our students to be ready, and we want our students to succeed, right? With this goal in mind, we are happy to acknowledge the EOC's recent approval of the South Carolina tiered credential system. As the system is fully implemented, we expect it will better prepare high school students for successful career paths and increase the credential currency they leave high school with. By using data-informed decisions, the Education Oversight Committee is committed to continuing to strengthen the accountability system to include measures that will better prepare students for the next step following graduation. At the same time, we recognize that strengthening the system must go hand in hand with addressing the barriers that keep students from fully engaging in school. Recovering from the pandemic's impact on chronic absenteeism remains a significant issue for students in South Carolina as well as across the nation. We got to come to school to learn, right? This school year, the South Carolina Education Oversight Committee initiated the Be Present in South Carolina in an effort to help schools encourage students and parents to have their student in school every day. It is our hope that Be Present SC will encourage students to prioritize attendance, and I would say encourage students and parents to prioritize attendance. School is not the same if you're not present, and we can't learn if we don't hear the information, right? In conclusion, we're excited about what's ahead for education in South Carolina. Through the Beating the Odds investigative study, we've discovered schools like Annie Burnside, where students are achieving great things even when it is difficult to do so. Their success gives us a lot of hope for the future. Like the leaders at Burnside, we believe that every child can succeed. We also believe that preparing our young people for the future is a team effort. It's not just up to educators. We need to include parents, families, businesses, all have a role to play, and we've got to figure out how to create the partnerships that we need to give everybody a seat at the table in a way that is meaningful. This is not all on teachers. Thank you for your time today, and thank you to Burnside Elementary community for welcoming us today. It's nice to see everybody, and it's great to be here with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, April, and thank you just for the constant North Star that the EOC represents in education here in South Carolina, and always challenging us to do more and to be better, because that's the kind of intense focus that we need to realize our full potential in education. So thank you for what you do. And as we invite Superintendent Walker and Principal Campbell to come to the podium for remarks, I want to really pick up on a theme that Chair Allen emphasized in the Beating the Odds schools, because this is actually the third report card that I have been privileged to announce here in South Carolina. And at each announcement, we have been at a Beating the Odds school. We started out 3 years ago at Kelly Edwards Elementary School in Barnwell, a high poverty school with an excellent report card. Last year, we were at Pinecrest Elementary School, a high poverty school in Greenwood, with an excellent report card. And here we are this year at Annie Burnside with our B family, a high poverty school that is absolutely knocking it out of the park as an excellent school. And I want to emphasize that while poverty is a challenge, it is not an excuse. Every single one of our students in South Carolina are capable, they are creative, they are bright, and they are full of God-given potential. And that's what we're here to celebrate today. Superintendent Walker, please.
So first of all, good morning. I want to start by just thanking, first of all, our state superintendent, Alan Weaver, for being here, the Education Oversight Committee. I believe strongly that success doesn't happen by accident, it happens by design. and success isn't magical, it's patterned and well executed. And so it takes support from at all levels to get that done. I want to thank our Board of Commissioners who are here for making what I think is one of the best decisions ever, hiring me to be their superintendent. And so, which allows, there you go, we'll take it. And certainly want to extend congratulations and thanks to the team here, Dr. Janet Campbell, as well as her leadership team. Would you all stand and please just be recognized? We want to give you all a round of applause. I would be remiss if I didn't also acknowledge the central office team that's here, all of the leaders from teaching and learning and schools and all of the departments that make such a difference for the work that we have to do. I have just a few remarks that I have to make, and then I'll turn it over to the principal. But I think the first thing that I want to do is acknowledge the students in the room. The students, I want every student in the room, if you're a student, stand up. And the principal's going to get on me, but that's okay. I want them to stand. Okay. And I want those students in the room to repeat after me. Say, I am somebody. I can. I will. I did. Say it again. Say, I am somebody. I can. I will. I did. All right, let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated. And I know this may not be perfect English coming from a former English teacher, but y'all did that thing, okay? Y'all did that thing. And so, so proud of the work that's been done here at Annie Burnside. I want to just highlight a couple of things around the district as well. For the first time since report cards have been issued in the state of South Carolina, in the district Richland One, there are no unsatisfactory schools. That's huge. There ought to be somebody standing on your feet. There are no unsatisfactory schools. Okay. Y'all may be seated. I'm going to try not to take you out of church, okay? If I take the mic off the stand, we're going to be in trouble. All right, so Burnside Elementary was one of 5 schools that was rated excellent. Others were Brockman Elementary, Brennan Elementary, Satchel Ford Elementary, and Richland One Middle College. I want to especially highlight Burnside because they moved y'all from average to excellent. They moved 2 levels. That is huge. Burnside was one of 2 elementary schools that increased 2 ratings. 5 middle schools increased by 1 rating level, and 2 high schools increased by 1 rating level. The district graduation rate is also up to 84.1%, and college and career readiness increased to 73.3%. That's up 13.9 percentage points. Student progress for grades 4 through 8 increased to 48.3%. And while that's not where we want to be, it is above the state average, but we know that we can do much better. So we're going to continue to improve there. Multilingual learners' progress increased 47.3 percentage points, up 4.1 from last year. And in our end of course examination program, we increased in the passage rate and proficiency rate in all subject areas with double-digit increases in some subject areas. So let's give that a round of applause. Lastly, we saw increases in the percentage of students in grades 3 through 8 meets and exceeds in English language arts and in math. And so just a couple of things as I close and hand it over to the principal, who is the star of this event. What I want to say is that hope is an expectation for favorable change. But we also know that faith without works is dead. And so we have to put works to our faith and to our hope, and we're going to do that and continue to do that. we have a team here that I believe will accomplish great things. There's no doubt in my mind of the potential that not only we have here in Richland School District 1, the potential across the state with the leadership of Ellen Weaver. I know she has a vision for children and wants to see all children be successful. We hear about the Mississippi Miracle. She talks about the South Carolina Surge, y'all. So I think that we can be part of that here and lead that at District 1 in Richland County. I believe that we have the people, the leaders, and all the assets and resources that we need to accomplish extraordinary things. So I want you to continue to be encouraged, and I want you to give a big round of applause to Dr. Janet Campbell as she comes.
Such an awesome following. I don't know if I can do it due diligence, but I am going to try because I want to make my community proud to stand up here. So I'm going to do it justice. And I'm going to hold back my tears because I've had plenty of people say to hold back your tears, hold back your tears because they know I am a crier. But when I have passion, when I have compassion, when I know that this is hard work, not just hard work, I get full. I got full this morning worshiping and just thinking about what is all to come and what this press conference meant for my school, for my community. I called my mom and I said, Mom, hold me back because I don't want to mess up my makeup. This is the most makeup that I wear, but I didn't want to mess it up, but I needed to get it out to be ready for what's to come, to be ready to make my students, my community, my staff proud. But I just want to say good morning, Superintendent Weaver. Good morning, our Board of Commissioners of Richland School District 1. Good morning to Superintendent Dr. Walker, Deputy Superintendent Ms. Rivers, and all other distinguished guests of Annie Burnside Elementary School. And most importantly, my Burnside family. I am elated and humbled to stand before you as the proud principal of this awe-inspiring family. This marks my 6th year here at Burnside, and each day I continue to witness a transformation like no other, one that has shaped us into who we are today. As many of you know, I love to sing. So don't be surprised if you hear a few musical references. I'm not going to sing, y'all, as I share my heart about this precious and sweet school that I hold so dear. The tenacity, the grit, the courageous spirit of our staff, students, and stakeholders are reasons why we stand tall, we stand strong, we stand boldly and fierce, blocking any negativity that dares to suggest our children cannot learn or grow. We are an exemplary example of resilience, perseverance, and a growth mindset. We have overcome health and poverty disparities, homelessness, adverse childhood experiences, and we can now declare, as Nas so lyrically said, I know I can be what I want to be. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I want to be. At Burnside, every individual plays a vital role in shaping the hearts and minds of our children, whether it's our custodians, our cafeteria staff, our paraprofessionals, or our foster grandparents. Each one invests physically, mentally, socially, and emotionally to uplift our students. They encourage them to fight, to never give up, and to push until something happens. What is not planted, watered, and nurtured cannot grow. At Burnside, we cultivate a family-friendly, positive, and spirited environment where students are encouraged to think critically and solve problems creatively. While challenges arise, and they do arise, we meet them with structure, purpose, and open discussions that value diverse perspectives. This aligns perfectly with our vision, for at Burnside, we are intentionally with every child, every day, working together with parents, staff, and stakeholders to strive to create a culturally responsive environment that nurtures academic achievement, safety, and emotional growth for every student. Our academic gains are no coincidence. They are the result of setting measurable goals, challenging our students to reach them, and supporting them along the way. We set very high expectations, and our students, they met every last one of them with fortitude, determination, and pride. At Burnside, I can't is not an option. We replace it with I believe in the impossible. I strive to be the very best. I shine my light for all to see, because anything is possible when you believe, as Fantasia so beautifully sang. Our staff provides opportunities for our students to not just fly, but to soar. Our school theme at Burnside, Be a Hero, which you've probably seen around Burnside, it embodies this spirit, empowering staff, students, and parents to use their superhero powers and strengths to make a positive impact and save the day. Through our intentional review of student achievement data, teacher quality, and school climate, we continuously monitor and adjust our practices to grow stronger as a school community. I stand here merely as a small symbol of our superhero squad, representing the incredible staff and students who could not all be here today on this stage, but who are always with me in spirit. Our staff are among the most dedicated, and some of them are in here today. If we have some staff in here, if you could please stand. Miss Marriott, you as well. Yes, 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 yes. Our staff are among the most dedicated, committed, and dependable individuals I have ever worked with. They show up each day and every day to do the hard work and not just the hard work. A special shout out also must go to our custodial staff, because when you walk into Burnside, you walk into a space that is clean, pristine, safe, and ready to thrive. I am also proud, oh yes. I am also proud to have with me today a small group of our students who represent the larger body of our young scholars that are the true reason for our success. Carrie Underwood says it best. You are invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable. You may get knocked down, but you always get back up again. You are champions, boys and girls. You are the true champions, and you make me immensely proud. And of course, I must recognize the wind beneath my wings, as Bette Midler would say. My leadership team. Not gonna do it, Ms. Boyd, not gonna do it. My assistant principal, Mr. Thomas K. Roof, if you could please stand. my curriculum resource teacher, Ms. Ms. Boyd, my reading coach, Ms. Shakina Clark, thank you, and my secretary, my bookkeeper back there, Ms. Smith. Raise your hand, Ms. Smith. Y'all, I could not, and I would not want to do this work without each and every one of you. I cannot lean too far to the left or to the right without our shoulders touching in this work. We are a dynamic team, united by purpose and by passion, supporting our staff each and every day. They are the true boots on the ground. I would also like to acknowledge the two people of who raised me up to stand on mountains and to be more than I can be. I am strong because I stand on their shoulders. So majestically sung by Josh Groban. My parents, Mr. James Campbell and Miss Julia Campbell, if y'all could stand, Mom and Dad. All right, a heartfelt thank you also goes out to Miss Elizabeth Williams, my executive director. Stand up, Ms. Williams. For your unwavering, unmatchable encouragement, support, and backing in this work. The guidance, the instructional managerial guidance, we are led by you, and I thank you. I thank you. We are also deeply grateful for the strategic and targeted ways that our district and various departments have supported Burnside over the years. That support is vital. It is vital to our continued evolution, and we do not take it for granted. Dr. Walker, Ms. Rivers, Board of Commissioners, Burnside seeks to make this district proud. We are Richland One, rich with talent, full of potential, yet discovered. Today, we are greater than our yesterday, and in our tomorrow, our future is bright. I am rising. You are rising. We are rising together. We are rising together. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Mr. K. Ruth and I end our day daily with our Burnside Bees, with an announcement every day. And boys and girls, you can help me with this. Burnside Bees, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter your ethnic background, you matter here at Burnside. You are loved. Thank you for showing your learner dispositions of resilience, perseverance, and a growth mindset. That is said every day. We do not only say it, but we show it. And not just Mr. K. Ruth and I, but our staff, our community, our parents. We have our PTO president is here and another one of our board members here. If y'all could raise your hand. All right, Ms. Ryans, Ms. Shanahan. Every day we show that. And our learner dispositions is why our students scored excellent, why our students are excellent, of that resilience, perseverance, and a growth mindset. Now it brings me immense joy to introduce a shining star of our Burnside staff, a teacher who has served this school faithfully longer than any other staff here at Burnside and probably in the district. All right, her deep content knowledge, awareness, and passion for teaching are evident in all that she does. Time and time again, she has proven that under her guidance, her students grow, they thrive, and they excel. She always says to me, I will always do it for you, Dr. Campbell. Anything for you, for our students. I reciprocate that same sentiment, and I will do anything for you as well. Miss Archie, it's your time to shine. Love you.
Thank you so much for that, Dr. Campbell. And we needed to practice together because I didn't want to get all emotional. So I'm just going to take a deep breath and continue. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Nancy Archie, and it is my honor to be here today to speak on behalf of my Burnside Elementary. I have been an educator in fabulous Richland One for 30 plus years. We'll just leave it at that. But what makes me different from most is that I've taught at Burnside the entire time. When I moved from Mississippi to South Carolina, I knew I wanted to work in a small school that had a neighborhood feel. And I found Burnside back in, at the time, a very undeveloped area, and I just knew this was the place for me. The school was made up of 2 separate wings with a standalone cafeteria. Imagine trying to get coats and hats on first graders every day just to come to lunch. But when the expansion came and the school was made into a big square, thank goodness, I finally felt like we had made the big time. Burnside has always felt like home to me through 5 different principals, each with unique personalities and visions for this school. I have been able to reach many career goals. These leaders found strengths in me and encouraged me to continually strive for more. I love to teach reading and writing, and through many courses and trainings offered by the district and the State Department, I feel I've grown into an expert in the field. Reading is my favorite, but moving students is my passion. It is not only my passion, but our entire team here at Burnside. We've grown very close and connected these past 5 years and have developed a community of trust and commitment to moving all students to the next level and beyond. As a senior member here, I see our success as being based on our belief system. We begin with very high expectations for all students, and we don't back down or away from that. We focus on understanding and imparting knowledge of standards with relevant and rigorous lessons and assessments. I personally believe that the keys to our success at Burnside deal with truth, hard work, and consistency, keeping each student informed of where they are academically and behaviorally, and where they need to be by the end of the year. Some of these conversations are hard and uncomfortable, but having built relationships of true caring, our students always rise to our expectations. Working together, our staff has meshed into a well-oiled machine, using data to understand student needs and collaborating together to plan beneficial instruction. We work on seeing the big picture first and narrowing our focus on student achievement and the gaps that need to be closed. I am the #1 data nerd here, and testing time feels like the Super Bowl to me. My students work hard all year long with a mindset of excitement to show up and show out on those state assessments. We train to build confidence needed to feel well-skilled and ready to show what they know. So, Burnside has not just been my workplace, it is my home. Seeing my students and their families in the community each day helped me to realize how blessed I've been now and forever to be a proud Burnside Bee. Thank you for coming to my happy place today, and have a great rest of your day.
I don't know about y'all, but I feel like I've been to church. What a way to start the day. Are y'all excited for education here in Richland One? Are you excited for education in South Carolina? We are going straight to the top, y'all, with the leadership of the incredible educators that are represented here today. And I know you will find it no surprise that in the Beating the Odds study that the Education Oversight Committee has performed, what is the secret sauce of every Beating the Odds school? An amazing principal. An amazing principal. Because that amazing principal is creating the culture of belief and support and expectations that make incredible teachers want to stay and give their very best. And so to see this magic here at Annie Burnside is just such an incredible gift. So thank you all so much for being with us today. We're happy to take on-topic questions now from the media, and then we're going to let these boys and girls get back to their school day. So are there any on-topic questions? Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Superintendent Weaver. Looking ahead to the other opportunities for growth next year, where can we potentially expect in your budget request for next session or any policy priorities for lawmakers to continue this progress?
Yeah, thank you for that question. So the #1 thing that we have to do to support student learning is take care of our teachers. And so you are going to see me request an across-the-board increase for every teacher to get our minimum starting salary to $50,000 at least by the beginning of the next school year. That's a #1 priority. We also have a number of strategic compensation initiatives that we are pursuing, the strategic compensation pilot grants that we have just handed out the first year of those to support our teachers who are making exceptional growth in their student data, especially in those foundational subjects of reading and math. But then also career ladders. How are we going to incentivize our best teachers to stay in the classroom? Some great teachers may want to pursue the administrative track, and that may be their gift. But that shouldn't be the only pathway available to teachers for professional advancement. We want to keep our very greatest teachers who want to stay in the classroom. And so we want to reward those teachers by designating them as mentors to other teachers and then paying them accordingly for that expertise. So those are some of my big priorities going forward. The General Assembly has already come to the table with significant support, as Chair Allen referenced, for our Palmetto Math Project. We just now are in the beginning stages of really rolling that out, just like we did our literacy work, and so that's going to continue to be a targeted focus of our work at the Department of Education. Other questions?
Got one more for you. Can you explain the difference in how the state measures, I think graduation rate's pretty self-explanatory, but how that differs from how the state measures college and career readiness and why there is a shrinking gap, but potentially a gap in the state between those two?
Well, in South Carolina, we used to have a South Carolina exit exam that created clear criteria for what it meant to graduate from a South Carolina high school. We no longer have that exam, and instead we have different indicators that are defined as college or career ready. So it could be a score on the SAT, a score on the SAT, a score on the ASVAB. It could be getting credit for an AP class or an IB class, or becoming a CTE completer. So there are many different pathways to college and career readiness. effectiveness. And what we have been working on with the EOC over the years is continually refining and strengthening those indicators to ensure that when students leave our high schools, that when they're going into the workforce, that they are meeting the expectations of the employers that are hiring them. When they are going into higher education, that they are ready to do that post-secondary level work without remediation. And so continuing to close those gaps is a top priority for us here in South Carolina, because we have to make sure that our diplomas are worth more than the piece of paper that they are written on. And that's what our goal is every single day, is to continue to increase rigor so that our students are fully prepared for whatever their pathway is to success. Chair Allen, is there anything you'd want to add to that? Okay.
We've talked about some pretty significant improvements this year. Are there any specific initiatives or changes that have happened recently to which you attribute that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it all starts with the incredible hard work of our teachers. And so I have to lay that as the predicate and the foundation for all of the incredible success that we've seen. But we've been really strategic here as a state in thinking about how we set high expectations, but then how we align high support to help our students and teachers meet those expectations. And Dr. Walker mentioned the Mississippi Miracle. We know that the science of reading is the proven brain science behind how students effectively learn to read. And we've gone all in on that here in South Carolina, just like they did in Mississippi. So my first year budget, we requested $40 million that the General Assembly funded to train every K-3 teacher in letters training, which is a very intensive 2-year program that is aligned to the science of reading. We also, through the generous investment of the General Assembly, were able to fully fund the adoption of high-quality instructional materials to go along with that high-quality professional learning that we invested in. And now, as a state, we have state-level reading coaches as well as our local school and district reading coaches that are helping teachers look at their data and to support that implementation, because we know that having a great plan on paper in Columbia maybe sounds good, but it doesn't mean anything if it's not actually translated into practice in that classroom. And so that same model that we have used for literacy, we are now deploying in math. And I'm very excited to see the outcomes. We have some incredible new professional learning called OGAP that we are looking at in the math realm, as well as supports for our students called ZERN that can be used here in the classroom as well as at home for parents. So again, as a state, we are going to continue to look for strategic, proven investments. And we don't have to just look here in South Carolina to see what's working. We can look all across the country and take those best practices. I'm happy to steal other people's good ideas and implement them here in South Carolina. So we are proud of the progress that we're making, and we're excited to see the opportunity for the future ahead.
We got time for one more.
And it doesn't just have to be for me. We have some wonderful people up here on the stage that would love to be grilled by you.
This isn't quite as fun a question, but could you walk us through the delay in the report card results this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's no secret that there is a huge amount of data and complexity that goes into compiling these report cards every year. And I would say, April, almost without exception, it is down to the wire every single year for us trying to make sure that our districts are getting full credit for the hard work that they're doing to move their students. And because of some differences in reporting structures, we had some things that just didn't look right in the data. And so we went back to our districts and said, hey, this is what we're calculating here. This doesn't really seem to line up with where we think we actually are as a state. And as it turns out, that was not correct. And so at the request of our educators, and because we want to ensure that their hard work is accurately represented, we decided to delay the report cards in the interest of trust and transparency, because the report cards are only as good as the trust that people put in them. And if our districts can't tell us that that data is accurate, then that destroys that trust. So I think the short delay, the 2-week delay, was the right thing to do to ensure that we had our ducks in a row to make sure that the hard work of our educators was accurately represented. Going forward, we have all kinds of process improvements that we're going to be working on over the next year in collaboration with our vendors, with the Education Oversight Committee, and with our local districts to simplify some of that reporting and to ensure that we don't have to have that same delay next year. Anybody else? We good, Jason? All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Y'all, let's give our students a huge round of applause.